Good morning. My name is John Hawkins, and I'm honored to serve as the CAL FIRE Riverside Unit, Riverside County Fire Chief. We're honored that you're here today for the 2012 Wildfire Awareness Kickoff. We feel this is an important event to state the dangers of wildfire and what CAL FIRE is doing to deal with those dangers. This is Wildfire Awareness Week. Governor Gerald Brown declared this as Wildfire Awareness Week in a gubernatorial executive order. Wildfire Awareness Week is designed not only to remind Californians of the danger of wildfires, but to educate them on how to prevent them and get out of their way. CAL FIRE is busy preparing, as you might guess, for the 2012 season. This is critically important to us because we serve you as a citizenry. This morning we will provide you information and demonstrations on what firefighters do. Now, I want to move at this point into some introductions, but the first thing I have to state is you are in the hot zone of an air attack and hell attack base. If we get a fire dispatch, you will hear the control tower hit 3 tones and say fire dispatch. If that happens, we ask everyone to move to the tree of knowledge over there by the barbecue, and that we move all of the media equipment and tents, easy ups that way. And we ask that you do that in an expeditious manner. I'd like at this point to introduce our dignitaries that are here. From the California National Guard, Lieutenant Colonel Bill Wilson. Please hold your hand up. Of course, CAL FIRE Director Ken Pimlott. CAL FIRE Southern Region Chief Dale Hutchison. Riverside County 3rd District Supervisor Jeff Stone. And his Chief of Staff, Vern Lauritsen. CAL FIRE Unit Chief Tim McClellan and my peer. California State Fire Marshal Tonya Hoover, who along with Director Pimlott were just recently confirmed by the California Senate Rules Committee and confirmed into their position, which we're very proud. CAL FIRE Chief Deputy Director Janet Berenson, who was just promoted to Chief Deputy Director. CAL FIRE Deputy Director of Legislation Caroline Godkin, right over here, in the shade, wise. CAL FIRE Deputy Chief Rod Bywater, Chief Tom Foley from Southern Region, from the Riverside Unit, Fort Apache, the Bronx, I'm very proud to call it. Are 4 of our deputy chiefs, Steve Curley, Robert Michael, Dorian Cooley, and Glenn Patterson, who's not here today. And with that, I would like to very proudly call to the podium CAL FIRE Director Ken Pimlott, who will address you on 2012 Wildfire Awareness Kickoff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Hawkins. As Chief Hawkins mentioned, we're spending the entire week traveling California as Governor Brown has declared this week Wildfire Awareness Week. And for us, what that means is getting the message out to the public. And you're going to hear this over and over again from all of the speakers, that we're prepared, and we'll talk today about our preparations as the fire service to respond to wildland fires and other emergencies throughout California, including Riverside and San Bernardino counties. But we're going to be asking over and over again is that the public do their part to participate and provide the defensible space and all the things that you need to do as the public to protect your homes and your families from wildfire. The state, no different than local government, has been no stranger to budget reductions and budget challenges in the last several years. CAL FIRE is in the process of finalizing and implementing the final pieces of our budget reductions, almost $80 million worth. There have been some reductions to an air base in Fresno County, to a bulldozer here in Riverside Unit in Riverside County. But what's important to remember is that we as fire agencies, whether it's the state, our federal partners and our local government partners have the ability and will continue to use the ability to bring forward our mutual aid system and to move resources around California in anticipation of fire threats as we predict and as we work through the summer into the peak of fire season. That's the strength of California is our long history of our ability to aggressively move resources and address the wildfire threat in California. Again, what the public needs to understand is you must do your part. We will bring the offense. We will bring all of these resources that you see behind me and the rest of those in the state. We'll bring that offense, but you as the public need to bring the defense. And what that means is go to the department website at readyforwildfire.org. On that website is everything a property owner and a homeowner needs to prepare themselves in advance of a wildfire. The key component of that website is what we call Ready, Set, Go. And with that, what that means is just that. We want you to be ready. Prepare an evacuation plan. Do your defensible space. Do all of those things. Clearly mark the addressing on your property so firefighters can find you when the fire occurs. We need you to get set. Prepare that evacuation plan. Identify everything that you're going to take with you should you need to evacuate, and be ready. Don't wait for the fire. And lastly, be prepared to go. And go means just that. Don't wait for evacuation orders. If you know you're in the fire area, very expeditiously and orderly, calmly leave the area so firefighters can come in and safely protect your property. Riverside County, along with many, many other areas in California, have very model cooperative agreements with CAL FIRE. We have had a long-standing relationship with Riverside County and want to continue that well into the future. Because of that relationship and the relationships we have around the state, we are able to bring forward cooperation and resources as we get into the peak of fire season as well as the rest of the year. The air base that we're sitting on today is a prime example of that cooperation. As we work into the next several years, we will be in the process of rebuilding this air base in a very cooperative process, very integrated, contingent upon with the support of the county. And we're very proud of that relationship and appreciate very much all of the efforts the county has been doing here to help the state provide this integrated fire protection. So again, with that, readyforwildfire.org. Go to it, read the website, see what's there. With that, I would like to turn the podium over to our Southern Region Chief, Dale Hutchinson.
Thank you, Chief. Again, my name is Dale Hutchinson. I'm the Southern Region Chief for the southern half of the state. I'm glad to be here today. I want to reiterate the welcome to all of our cooperating agencies. One of the ones I want to touch on is Kim Zagiris. Where are you, Kim? Kim is our Chief of the California Emergency Management Agency, the Fire Rescue Branch. California is a leader in the world in working through mutual aid and moving resources in disasters and emergencies, and our relationship is key with Cal EMA. I also want to talk about our relationships with all of our cooperators. Chief Pimlott mentioned with our strong commitment with the county, but we also have a strong commitment with our other cooperators. The helicopter you see to my left, Helicopter 306, is a joint partnership with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, CAL FIRE, and with the California Department of Corrections. That helicopter is staffed at the Prado Conservation Camp. It's owned by, the helicopter is actually a San Bernardino County helicopter. It's painted identical to our CAL FIRE helicopter, and that shows our tight relationship of cooperation. And it's a model program. We work hand in hand with the sheriffs to make it work. We also work with corrections to make sure that we have the best trained firefighting inmates on the crew, and it's a model program. I also want to talk about our regional outlook for Southern California. As you all know, you saw the dry winter. Many places in the south as well as the Southern Sierra, we're at 50% of normal of rainfall, and what that's going to transpire to is earlier active fire season in the heavier vegetation. Many of us got a little bit of a respite here recently with the moisture and the rain we had in late March and April. That has also created a challenge for us because it may have delayed some of our starts, but it also will provide another layer of vegetation on the ground, a second layer of grass as we call it. So we're monitoring that quite frequently. For operations in the south, we coordinate all of the fire operations for CAL FIRE, and we're co-located with our federal partners in Riverside at the Geographic Area Coordination Center. We call it South Ops in CAL FIRE. Chief Tom Foley, as we mentioned, is the staff chief of operations that manages that function. We coordinate all of the operations to meet the needs and the threats of the fire season. So as we move into a drier period, we have staffed equipment from south to north. It's kind of a latitudinal movement that we do. It's a normal drying cycle. So in San Diego, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties and units, that includes the San Bernardino unit right on cue. San Bernardino unit goes all the way into Inyo County. We have staffed up at least one engine in every station at the Air Attack base here, which you will have an opportunity to see liftoff shortly, some aircraft. So we have the helicopter and 2 air tankers, as well as Ramona, and we've started our tanker-based startup at Porterville and Paso Robles. So right now I'm going to stop. We're going to go ahead and go into our dispatch procedure mode.
50 wildland fires last year in 2011. This program works because of the support of the Riverside County Board of Supervisors, and to my right, Supervisor Jeff Stone, who will speak momentarily. We protect 22 cities of the 28 cities in the county. This leads to the integrated cooperative regional fire protection system being successful. The Riverside County Board of Supervisors have banned or outlawed safe and sane fireworks in the county. That means that there are no fireworks that are legal within Riverside County. However, there are a few cities in the desert that allow what are referred to as safe and sane fireworks. But we aggressively, at the direction of the Board of Supervisors and Director Pimlott, aggressively pursue the use of either illegal or safe and sane fireworks. It's not uncommon for a family to spend $500 to $750 for safe and sane fireworks, and then to drive down the street and be arrested for possession of illegal fireworks. The fireworks are confiscated and a fine is assessed. Hemet-Ryan Air Attack Base is one of 12 bases, and you've heard already Director Pimlott, Chief Hutchison talk about the importance of the rebuild project. I'm sure Supervisor Stone will talk more about that. We beg the residents of Riverside County to maintain 100 feet of clearance around their structures. Again, we'll bring the offense. We need to have the citizens help bring the defense and do the 100 feet of clearance. That will help give us a chance. We also ask those good-spirited people, residents, who are doing the clearance around their house and they're using mechanical equipment, please do the clearance in the morning when the humidity is higher, the air is damper, and there's less chance of a spark starting a fire. So now, as I conclude and hand the mic to Supervisor Jeff Stone, I want you to think, ready, set, go.
Thank you, Chief Hawkins and Chief Pimlott, Dale Hutchison. We're delighted to have you here, and all of our firefighter heroes standing behind me. We have a wonderful team in Riverside County, and the Chief alluded to this supportive, cooperative fire agreement that we have with our 22 cities in the unincorporated area of Riverside County. The 3rd District of Riverside County is probably the most fire-prone of all the districts. You can look at the beautiful San Jacinto Mountains and Idlewild and Pine Cove and Garner Valley, Anza. This air attack base is very important to the security and the confidence that our residents have in the hillside communities to know that if there is an alarm of a fire, as we just witnessed about 15 minutes ago, a fire that just happened within miles of here, how quickly our air attack personnel are dispatched. So we've had this second precipitation here in the county after people have already done a lot of weed abatement in the county. It's caused new weeds to grow in the county, making it even more of a dangerous fire season. I'm reaching out to all of our residents. If you've already done your weed abatement, you may need to do a second round. And it's very important that you do it, because you need to make sure that you have that safe perimeter around your homes. Our fire marshals will be out in full force inspecting properties and making sure that we keep our fire fuels down. When I first got elected to the Board of Supervisors, I was sworn in January of 2005. There was actually a movement among the Board of Supervisors to move this state-of-the-art air attack base from this locale to the March Air Force Base. And after talking with our firefighters that staff this base and talking with our fire chiefs, we quickly realized that we'd be doing a terrible public safety disservice to our mountain communities that need a response within minutes to prevent a fire that exceeds 20 acres from becoming a wildfire. It took a lot of effort in working with prior directors of CAL FIRE in the state of California, the first of which didn't wholeheartedly support the maintenance of this facility here, but the long and short of it is the Hemet-Ryan Air Base is here to stay. Not only is it here to stay, but we have been working with California, and I'm very pleased to say that we are probably weeks away now from signing that agreement that is going to allow Riverside County to make a significant investment in building a new state-of-the-art air attack base on the other side of the airport that hopefully is going to have a hangar that is going to allow the state of California, when the fiscal environment is appropriate, to begin purchasing helicopters that have night flying capabilities. Right now, the entire CAL FIRE air fleet is grounded at night, when sometimes our fires are escalating. So I look forward to the future in our modernization base to be able to accommodate these night flying aircraft so that we can put out these fires 24 hours a day. Riverside County supports this Wildfire Awareness Week, and again urges all of our residents to do their part in keeping weeds abated in and around their homes, 100-yard periphery. If a neighbor sees that a neighbor isn't doing the appropriate weed abatement that really can jeopardize their residents, it is incumbent upon them to call our office, either the supervisor's office, 955-1030, that's 951 area code 955-1030, or call our fire department and let them know that you feel that there's a property that needs to be abated that has not been abated. And for those property owners that refuse to do the property abatement, the county will expeditiously go in there and do it for them and lien their property as a result. The chief also mentioned fireworks. In most of Riverside County, we do not allow safe and sane fireworks. We're very pleased that a number of cities have organized professional fireworks shows that are free to the public, and you can go to the county's website and we can give you a list of those cities that have these fireworks shows that will allow for the festivities of the 4th of July to come to full fruition. But all it takes is just one of these safe and sane fireworks in a fire-prone area anywhere in this county that could certainly strike a spark, start a wildfire, and that creates tremendous responsibilities on our fire department, puts them at risk, but it also creates a significant financial burden if you're a child and you're the parents of those children lighting those fireworks. You could have some significant financial liabilities with respect to abating those fires. So like the chief said, remember to stay in touch with the fire department, be fire safe, and learn to practice to get ready, get set, and go. And we look forward to our continuing cooperation with our fire department, our CAL FIRE department in the county of Riverside, that has done a remarkable job of keeping fires under control in Riverside County. I'll point out to you that in the past 7 years that I've been on the Board of Supervisors, we have witnessed significant fire devastation in most of the counties that surround us: San Diego, Orange, San Bernardino County, Los Angeles County. None of those counties contract with CAL FIRE. And I don't believe it's by coincidence. I believe that our fire department is the finest in the state of California, that is proactive, goes out and abate properties, and we draw on the full resources of the state of California when in fact we have a fire that is beyond the control of our local fire departments. So we look forward as a board in continuing this relationship with CAL FIRE because we believe it gives the citizens the best peace of mind with regard to fire protection in our county. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will remain here for interviews if the reporters wish to do any interviews, and we will give you guided tours around the fire apparatus. Remember, when you hear the alert, you got to get to undercover, okay? Thank you very much for being here.